Welcome guys to John's Football Channel. I hope all you're doing well. Let's take a look at the post review for Chelsea 3, AC Milan 0. Very well done to the boys. Let's take a look at the lineups and let's analyze this game. Starting off obviously with the lineups, they obviously went with Tonali in goal, Pavlovic left centre back, De Winter as the centre back, Talisco as the right centre back. In the midfield, Espion on the left, they went with Komoto and Mudryk as the midfield, and then Chukwueze on the right hand side. And then if you look in the midfield, ahead of them, they went with Rafael Leao and Loftus-Cheek, and then Kamada up front. If we take a look at Chelsea, obviously we went with Sanchez in goal, Champong, Fofana, and Lara Hato as the back three. We went with Netso, Caicedo, Lavia, and Palestra ahead of them. And then we went with Palmer, João Pedro in the 10s, and Danny Welbeck up front. So very good to see that we went with a back three, and we were able to somewhat do a decent job in performing that formation, and also being able to show that we have attacking capability as well as also being able to be defensively solid, like we mentioned in the preview that we were actually wanting to be. And we actually managed to get the result. We managed to get the 3 goals. We managed to get also the clean sheet. That will actually a very good thing to see. That I think hopefully it gives some confidence to the defense. It gives some confidence in a sense. If Sanchez will remain for the season, we'll soon see about that. But I think at least gives Sanchez some confidence going into the next games with a better spirits and a better mind, knowing that he is able to keep the clean sheet against opposition that we face. And then if we look at the game, I mean, very well done to Lavia, obviously, for know that he was managed to finish his first ever game under Chelsea with 90 minutes in the last, I think, 3 years or so that he's been with us. We know that he's been battling with injuries since he got here, so it's nice to see that at least he's able to be able to finish a game. I do think that probably the best thing for him now is probably to send him to Strasbourg, where the intensity is not as high, and I think that's where he would be able to come off the bench or even start the games with a low intensity kind of game and actually work up his muscles and keep fit and actually manage to finish a game basically. Whereas obviously we know the Premier League is ruthless, and he might not be able to actually do so. So we'll see what the manager does with Xabi Alonso. But yeah, let's get into other teams. Obviously, we know João Pedro, yet again, we mentioned very clinical, very dangerous up front. With the first goal coming from a cross, from a corner. Good to see at least. We did mention also with the new Aston Villa that they came in. Good to see that he was able to somewhat take credit for the goals that we were able to score from the corners. In this game, we scored 2 goals from corners, so it was also good to see. The first goal obviously was João Pedro having, I think it was a cross from Caicedo, lands up going into the box, and then João Pedro lands up hitting it. Not very, it just lands up getting the smallest of touches. It ends up getting at the back of the net. So very good to see from João Pedro being able to put us ahead in this game. And then we end up seeing in the second half, it was Pedro Neto who lands up crossing the ball in to João Pedro. He lands up pushing the ball, tapping the ball in, lands up going in with the ball as well in the back of the net. So very good to see that we were able to get 2 quick goals from the game and actually seal it basically for us that we were going to win this game. We get another corner around the 50th minute where Caicedo lands. As soon as we take the corner, obviously could see that I was actually hoping that we could actually do something different, knowing that Palmer was there to actually receive the ball and take a short corner. But at least they were able to make Palmer a decoy and ends up playing it into the edge of the D. And then Caicedo lands up with a weird shot though. He lands up pushing it with the side of his foot and ends up bending it into that corner of the goals and making it 3-0 on the night for Chelsea. So very good to see overall from the whole squad, with Caicedo and Lavia as well, Palmer, João Pedro. Obviously, Danny Welbeck looks like he's nowhere near the level still. Hopefully, in the next couple of games, we'll soon see what he's able to do, and hopefully lands up getting a goal under his belt going into before the start of this new season. Had some substitutions in the second half. Quenda coming on, Jackson coming on, Alcimino coming on for Hato, Mudryk coming on as well around the 85th minute as well. So not much for minutes for Mudryk. Obviously, we can clearly see he's still very, very rusty. And I think we probably would also want to see Mudryk probably get a loan and actually get that rustiness off him before we start playing in the Premier League. And then if we take a look, obviously we know João Pedro got the man of the match. And then if we take a look at some stats for this game, we know ball possession was fairly the same. But I think as the game was going on, when we were able to score those 3 goals, the game definitely looked, obviously it definitely looked like a friendly. It didn't look like it was an official game in terms of things were on the line. The way that the players were shaped, the way the formation was, the way it looked like it was very claustrophobic in certain areas of the field, and it definitely looked like we obviously had a different gear to ourselves compared to AC Milan. AC Milan definitely looked probably more tired than us, and I think hence why we're able to get those 3 goals. Probably could be a factor of us having a bit more fitness than AC Milan. If you look at the shots, we obviously had 18 shots. Shots on target, we had 8. Touches in the box, we had 27. If we look at AC Milan, they only had 5 shots. I was quite surprised when we saw this. They didn't have not one shot on target. And probably it's a good thing from our defenders and from our defensive players in the midfield who were able to stop them from getting anywhere in this game. So very, very good to see from us that we were able to do the job against AC Milan. So yeah, very, very well done to them. Obviously now we know that tomorrow they will be playing another game around 2 o'clock against some team in Malaysia. So we'll soon see who starts that game and how it goes. But obviously we're not expecting much from that game, knowing that we just recently played. There's not much that we can actually expect. We know we're not going to be playing big players like the likes of Palmer, Neto, and all these players, knowing that we've recently played and there's no need for us to overplay and have possibility of injuries in our main squad. We did mention in our preview that we were hoping for a 2-1. Obviously, we got that a lot better. We got 3-0, so good to see. Now we can only expect our next game. I think our next game after this one tomorrow is against Real Sociedad on Saturday. So stay tuned for videos during the week. And please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and let me know down below what are your thoughts for this game against AC Milan. Peace.